Channel 8.
All of a sudden, this wind just comes whipping around, and you could see the rotation.
A waterspout turned into a tornado in downtown Tampa.
The storm blew out windows, snapped tree limbs, and even flung furniture off a 20-floor balcony. We are live with the latest.
And then 2 police officers killed during a firefight, and all of it is caught on camera in California.
And today the commute improves for thousands of Bay Area drivers. It's Wednesday, February 27th.
Live from the News Center in high definition, this is News Channel 8 on your side today.
Good morning and welcome to News Channel 8 today. I'm Gail Guayardo.
I'm Rod Carter. Glad you could join us this morning. It's 6 o'clock. And new this morning, Pope Benedict just arrived for his final appearance before stepping down tomorrow. We're going to show you that new video coming up in just a moment.
First, let's go to Storm Team 8 meteorologist Lee Spann. She's in the forecast center with a very comfortable wake-up weather outlook.
Certainly much better than yesterday. Yesterday we had that strong cold front push through, so it's less humid. It's more comfortable out there this morning. It's slightly cooler. We still have some streaming clouds coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, but those should be around for the first half of the day, and then I think they'll clear out. Other than that, a little cooler, 63 right now in Lutz. We're at 63 in Palm Harbor, 64 at MacDill Air Force Base, 60 in Dade City, and 62 right now in Bartow. By midday, a few clouds out there, 69 degrees. Most of us will warm up into the low to mid 70s, which is pretty close to seasonal. Then 65 this evening and 57 degrees overnight, but colder air will come in. I'll tell you when coming up. Now let's check it on the roadways this morning. Leslie?
Thank you, Lee. Good morning, everyone. Lots of new problems out there right now. Northbound I-75, right near State Road 52, we've gotten word of a hit and run. Apparently, this is off to the shoulder. It's not tying up any lanes, so that's some good news. But over in the Indian Rocks Beach area in Pinellas County, we've got an injury accident, and crews are on scene working this right now. This is located at Indian Rocks, right at Walsingham, and this intersection can get busy, so keep that in mind. Still very light traffic overall. We had a sinkhole that was tying up lanes here and causing a little bit of a slowdown. It has been repaired. It's all cleared now southbound US 19 at Darlington in the Holiday area. So that's some good news for those of you who commute through there. Anything that happens with 19 can be troublesome. Also in Dade City, as I zoom in, we've got a crash still working State Road 50 at US 301. That's a look at the roadways. Back to Rod and Gail.
All right, thanks, Leslie.
It is the story that folks all across the Bay Area will be talking about this morning, that waterspout that came on the shore and turned into a tornado right in the middle of downtown Tampa. 65 to 70 mile-an-hour winds snapped some trees, damaged buildings, as well as some condos downtown. News Channel 8's Chip Osowski is joining us live from the Channelside District with more details on this. Chip, the picture and the video from that storm, absolutely amazing.
You're absolutely right, Rod. It's amazing no one was seriously hurt. What's also amazing, we drove through this area a little bit earlier this morning, and from what we could see, all of the cleanup has already been completed. The 65 to 70 mile-an-hour wind gusts snapped trees and ripped the furniture off of a 20th store condo balcony. A couch ended up on a street sign below. Crews had to remove it with a bucket truck. The twister also damaged the Taverna Opa restaurant on Channelside, where winds ripped an awning off of its hinges and shattered the restaurant's front window. Rachel Profit and 2 employees were in the business when the storm hit.
Like all the trees out here,
like
the plants were just like all the trees out here, like the plants were just everywhere. Chairs were flying. Our little gates that we have were everywhere. The bars over here at the middle bar were everywhere. It was just crazy.
That restaurant was forced to close for lunch yesterday, but reopened around 3 in the afternoon. And coming up in our next half hour, we'll hear from the man who lives in that 20th floor condo. He was at home when the storm hit. He was asleep and was awakened when he heard his patio furniture hitting his sliding glass door. Rod?
And that'll wake you up, Chip. Thank you very much. Now, because of the storm today, some Pasco County students are going to take the FCAT. The Florida Department of Education gave the Pasco County School Board permission to go ahead and delay the writing portion of the FCAT. 6 elementary schools chose to take that delay, and we've posted those schools on WFLA.com. It's under links mentioned.
Now to a story that is all new this morning. 2 police detectives are dead after a shootout in Northern California. The officers were investigating a sexual assault when the gunmen started firing at them. A neighbor caught the firefight on his cell phone camera. You can hear several rounds being fired into and out of the apartment complex. This is more video of the shootout. Officers from several other jurisdictions joined in the search for the gunman. And after a chase, 35-year-old suspect and barista Jeremy Goulet was shot and killed by police.
Another story that's all new this morning. Members of a women's college basketball team suffered various injuries when their bus crashed. The University of Maine's bus ran off a Massachusetts highway late last night as the team headed to Boston University for a game. The driver, who police believe had some sort of medical episode, was seriously injured. The 22 other people on board the bus suffered minor injuries. Tonight's game, by the way, has been postponed. Also new this morning, a construction worker is dead after a roof collapse in Utah. He was one of 4 workers getting ready to tear down the roof to an old Kmart store in Brigham City. When that roof fell in, they found the man's body under all the rubble.
This morning, Pope Benedict XVI arrived at a packed St. Peter's Square. This is Benedict's last public appearance before stepping down tomorrow. The Pope arrived at St. Peter's Square in his iconic Pope-mobile. Benedict is the first Pope to step down in some 600 years. We will have more coverage of today's big event coming up in our next half hour. A few hours from now, new Tampa drivers will have a brand new bridge to use. And coming up, meet a game changer who many credit for taking a local startup company to a whole new level. Then in 3 minutes, a huge crash sent debris flying into stands at the Daytona, injuring several dozen fans. So will NASCAR face any lawsuits? And new video of a deadly hot air balloon crash in Egypt. An update to that story coming up.
And we've got several accidents working in the Bay Area, including one in the Indian Rocks area. I've got the details coming up with your True Speed traffic.
After all the stormy weather yesterday, it's a little calmer out there this morning. It's also a little cooler. We checked in with Dora in Inverness. She's at 61 degrees, and we'll have a very comfortable afternoon with highs close to seasonal. 73 in Brooksville, 72 for a high in Tampa, 74 in Winter Haven, 76 Northport, 72 degrees this afternoon in Clearwater, and 75 in Plant City. And don't forget, Storm Team is on the radio as well as you're out and about. We were updating them yesterday during that storm as well on News Radio 970 WFLA. I'll be back to let you know when even colder air arrives. But in the meantime, like us on Facebook. Just search for News Channel 8 Today and click like. It's 6:07 and you're watching News Channel 8 Today.